Well, okay. This is Jose M. Arcaya. I'm a psychologist and lawyer. You may have tripped upon this presentation through my website, which is www.josearcaya.com, if not in some other fashion. And the area I'm going to be talking about today is appeals and rejections, and why some candidates that are looking for law enforcement jobs or security jobs or work that is going to entail a certain amount of paramilitary, let's call it discipline, which may be FBI, Secret Service, or whatever, uh, get in and others don't get in. What are some of the problems that I've seen over the years, and I've been working in this area for about 25 years, that has blocked people from going forward with their succeeding in the job that they're searching for. So let's see what they're looking as a general grouping of all of these different agencies, which is a hard thing to do because each one do have different kind of standards, but there's some basic views that they have that's in common. First of all, they're looking. I'm talking, for example, police departments and emergency vehicle paramedics, and it could be fire department. They're looking for people that can hold their own in crisis situations, and so that would kind of eliminate those that have propensities towards anxiety, jitteriness, indecision, and a certain withdrawn type of personality. This is not for wanting to say that people should be loudmouths and pushy or whatever, but that those that have an assertive character. And I've seen people be rejected through maybe their self-presentation or what they've written, where they demonstrate tendencies towards withdrawal. Now, there is another side to that, people that want to go forward and be the carriers of weapons and whatever, as many of these posts have them, although some don't. There is a certain swagger and a kind of pridefulness that also works badly with the interviewer. They are looking for people who are grounded, but at the same time have a kind of control over their actions that can be released when necessary in a forceful fashion, but that's contained. So that we go to the second area, which is self-control. And decision making that is generally broad in nature and not hobbled by stereotypes of race, sex, hidden prejudices of different sorts, because again, it's unfair to the public and also will bring on problems to the jurisdiction. So how do they go about? Now, those are just some of the areas in question, but how do the examiners and the organizations as a whole go about selecting individuals? Where there's typically three ways and three typical forms of the evaluation taking place. One is through your written statements before anybody speaks to you. Okay, so what you put down is going to follow you through the entire process, whether it's excessive admissions or deficient admissions, because the second stage is going to follow quite quickly, which is that of the investigator that's going to proceed with the information you've given them on paper, as well as their own independent scouring of criminal records of the public domain, or at least that's accessible to them, even ACD decisions in court, which is action contemplation of dismissal, which surprises individuals that they may have done something when they were young as teenagers. It's told at a court hearing, well, forget about it as long as you don't commit anything else in a year. It will not be open, and you're now free to go, and there'll be no problems. However, law enforcement agencies do have the right to get in there and then take a look at it. And I've seen this thing over and over again. People are 22 to 25. They wonder why they get rejected, and then all of a sudden they hear in their papers that I receive that I can share with them as to the reasons for their turn down, was that they had these brushes with the law. It may have been impulsive action, maybe with the crowds of other kids or other individuals that may have not had anything to do with it, but they were all rounded up, taken to court, and then all of them given ACDs. Well, that thing that was put into the envelope, which is really not an envelope, but it's been sequestered, can be pulled up, and then you, the examiner, is going to have to answer for that. The first issue is stay away from admissions of any sort if you have anything in court. People often get these ACDs because they don't want to go further into the matter. They may have been drunk or something. The lawyer says, well, just settle and whatever, and they do, and then they have this regretful result later on when they're seeking out jobs. That's the major area. And then admissions of different sorts where one, they weren't sufficiently clear that tracked what the examinee really had done in life. Maybe they got fired and they didn't mention that, but you indicate that there were jobs that you had, and they'll go check those jobs, and they'll find out that your version of what happened in the job and the employers might be quite different, and therefore, again, you are kind of triangulated there by what you say, by what they read, and what their opinion then is of you, as not just having been fired or had some problems at work or some strange behavior noted at work, but that it is incompatible with the factors I mentioned earlier for law enforcement activities. Okay, so the point is, in the written stage, you have to be careful about what you admit to, that it's one accurate if it's going to be in the public record, and if it's not the public record, well, you take it from there as to what you should do on that point. Now, very quickly, since these videos don't give us much time, how does one make up for problems of the past? Well, first of all, the passage of time does not cure a problem. It's what you do. So, for example, if you've had problems in school, and then now you enter college and whatever, well, you can't redo what you did in high school, but you could go forward as a college student and do your level best and complete and get a degree. Okay? Don't just get credits and whatever. The completion of it, the achievement of that is quite impressive to these law enforcement places. The second thing is the nature of the jobs that you get that are similar to what you might be encountering with sensitive areas of employment, sensitive types of employment that require discretion and maybe even the use of arms. So security guards, if you joined up with the National Guard and did a 6-month hitch and then did weekend work there, and if you show that you were adapting well to a military situation, then that holds a very good prospect. The other thing is that, just another quick couple of points, is that you're not living at home and you're self-sufficient if possible. I know these are hard economic times, but they respect, and they being these examiners, that you have separated yourself from your parents, and that you're out on your own and that you're handling situations. And then there is the matter of your drinking and your possible abuse of substances, which you need to consider if you present that to your examiners. That can be on record, but maybe it's not on record. And again, I leave that to your discretion. More of this will be available when I begin some face-to-face meetings with candidates or who have not yet, prospective candidates who have not yet actually begun the formal evaluation process to go into these areas more completely. And I'm hoping to have these groups of maybe 5 to 10 people, and I'll be posting it on my website, www.josearcaya.com. And I will also be using Google Circle or having gotomeeting.com. Maybe we can do it that way for those that are out of state, because this is not a particular area of area concern. It's national. Even though I work out of New York and I see particular activities here, the principles will apply, I think, to all 50 states in the country. So anyway, I hope this has been of some benefit to you, and I'll be having more videos being posted in the near future to my website, which is, by the way, still under construction, www.josearcaya.com. Thank you for listening.